Good evening, Turkish time. Video is produced in Izmir, Turkey. Okay, I don't. You don't have the letter Ü, which has two dots on over a U. So uh, we wish it not to be said as Turkey. Turkey is sort of made as a bird. Uh, is not very. It's funny. It's funny because Turks call India Turkey. Because probably the bird turkey was first introduced to Turkey from India, and then Turkish people probably introduced to Europe. So it's called Turkey, the bird, but we call the India Hindistan, and Hindi also means Turkey. So, but uh, it's not like used as a how do you say it, like a stupid person, this and that. So, like if you the Russian word for a bear is in Turkish ayı, and if you say ayı to someone, it's like a curse. So from country to country, it differs. And so you must be careful using these terms. In one country, it may be a good like you're a lion, you're a tiger, may be good. In another country, it might be bad. So you better check before using those words. Okay, now today, as I've been broadcasting like for last 8, 9, I didn't count videos. My first video started with gold and oil, as you will remember, due to what we are going through right now because of the situation in the Middle East. So right now, today, the gold prices topped, the future gold prices past $2,000, which was in the cover of my previous day's video. We are about we are at the brink of 2,000 US dollars. So futures, December futures of gold past 2,000. At these hours, there is a slight looseness, but it's not due to this finished. It's just the markets are going to enter the weekend. It's a long weekend, considering what may happen in the next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. So people have to take positions. They either have to keep the gold and secure positions, or they can see if they can get it a little cheaper. The other real gold went up to 1995, so like $5, maybe even more. We're left to reach 2,000. 2,000 is important. Why is it important? It's just like a sentimental value. It's a psychological value. So if it's crossed fast, it can go up to 2,300, 2,000, 200 very quickly, because the numbers, although they look high to us, they are not very high. Like today, I can tell you the gold went up only 0.15%, almost $3 only, okay? And in US dollars. And like silver went up 1.18. It was up at some time at more than 2%. But as I said, they will not keep topping. They will keep coming down. Some people will realize some profits and then rebuy. So do you sell? If you're buying physical, you won't, because physical is hard to just buy sell for trading. So that's why I like physical. Also, when I'm buying investment items, I always buy physical. Of course, oil I cannot buy physical. I'm buying from mutual funds. There is only one mutual fund in Turkey that sells oil. From every bank you can get it. It's called AES. With Turkish coding, Ankara, Erzurum, Samsun, and these are the city names. So but I don't know if you can buy it from overseas. So you have to have a bank account, investment account in Turkey. But you have similar ETFs in the US or other countries for energy items, like a much, much more variety than we have here, which can be bought with TL. So oil prices are at this time also, as I said, they were up more. They will be down a little bit because it's still it's still early here. It's 9:12. So we have about more than 2 hours for the U.S. markets closing. Okay, so but this weekend, Israel markets will be open, so we will see how they are behaving. So if they start a land attack to Palestine, Gaza, this will be triggering we'll see what the other Arab nations will or Persian or surrounding land countries response will be, because we know there are missiles being thrown and airports being bombed in Syria, Lebanon, also in the south, where U.S. Ships intercepted missiles from Ethiopia, for Houthi missiles. So it's a surrounding area, very big, large area. So everybody now is trying to decide how to enter this weekend. Traders, I'm talking about. For me, I've been buying gold since this 10 days. I've been buying continuously physical gold, not because of this situation. I've been buying continuously for many, many years, like 45 years. Reason being, this is just a trigger for me, just a very basic reason. I don't buy gold. I buy inflation of the United States dollar. And US dollar is melting like an ice. Every year, even what Fed's target rate is achieved is 2% per year. If you multiply 2 by 10, that's 20% of US dollar savings will be lost, okay, in 10 years. So if you're not earning any interest, it's garbage. And knowing that the last 3 years, inflation passed 20%, official inflation I'm talking, because like in shadow stats and other sites which are following inflation with the old basket, they are claiming the inflation is twice as much as the Bureau of Labor Statistic is claiming. So they are keeping numbers by the old chosen items. Anyway, it's melting. Both ways, it's melting. So if I calculate today's value of $2,000 in my the world famous computer, is 2,000 times just the last 3 years, 0.80, lost 20% of its value. We get 1,600. Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4. So reduce $400 is $1,600 in purchasing US dollar value. Okay. So what I'm expecting, even if it goes up another $400, like up to $2,400 an ounce, that's just, not overshooting, just recovering the last 3 years for me. How do I calculate it? I'm calculating from way back, and I'm not calculating on the old terms, because we know in 1930s gold went up to $30,000 an ounce, $18,000 an ounce. I'm not going that far. I'm just easy. I'm just going. And how much gold gained value against US dollar? Okay, not against other things, against US dollar. That's what gold is gaining value against. Same goes true for oil. And oil, which is $100 many, many years ago, or just recently, $80 right now is $90. Let me check for you the instantaneous price. Yes, it's $92 Brent petroleum. It's minus 41. As I said, it's weekend. The people are changing positions. what's $92, let's say. Let me make this first this calculation. $92, okay? And if we multiply this by, again, 0.80, this is $73 in actuality. If they make the similar calculation for gold in 3 years and petroleum. And US being in very big trouble because their inflation fight is finished. They lost it, totally lost it under these circumstances because oil prices are going up. Oil is not like gold, it's used in daily life, as I mentioned before. So to fight inflation of oil and energy, they start, because they calculate inflation from the prices, totally different from how I'm calculating inflation. So I calculate inflation on monetary expansion. Okay, M1, M2, M3. I use those. So that's how I calculate. When Fed declared that they are going to have 2% inflation 2 years ago, I announced it's going to be above 9%, and that's a calculation, and that's how strong the calculation is. It works, okay? Similarly, I do for Turkey. I calculate from M2, M3, whereas people are now guessing in the next few years it's going to be 33%, 40%. Today, just they expanded the list of people giving their guesses. My guess, just based on monetary expansion, is between 57 to 65% currently. And there are elections coming in March. If they keep printing monetary expansion, but the real reason Turkey is making some tightening has nothing to do, according to me, with inflation. In Turkey, there's a big problem about obtaining foreign currency. The central bank's net foreign currency reserves is minus $55 billion. So it's funny, right? I mean, I'm asking you, what's your worth? How much equity do you have? You say, oh, I have $50 million minus equity. So it sounds funny for a person, right? You owe a lot more than what you have. But these are used, funny enough, used by nations, and lots of tricky numbers, this and that. So in reality, the problem here is they need foreign currency, and our finance minister is just going around the world, in Europe, everywhere, Arabia, everywhere, trying to find foreign currency just to pass this winter. And Russia and oligarchs saved last year because Turkey was the only country they were coming, and lots of Russians and, funny enough, Ukrainians settled in the same city in the south. They bought the most houses in Turkey, and because we had continuous flights from Russia, because of keeping both sides happy relations, both the NATO and Russia. And they know it wasn't sincere, but what can you do? When we have a Turkish saying, if you fall to the sea, you will even hug a serpent, to save you. So that's the problem. They are hugging the serpent in this case. So we have some nuclear power stations financed by Russia at the same time, but we are a NATO member. So there is don't mistake this. There are lots of things getting mistaken this year. Like, I'm reading one article from a tweet, and it says, current situation. It's from Kobeisi letter. Current situation: stocks falling like a recession is coming. They are falling currently in the USA. Turkey fell very hard today, above 3%. The indices, and US is and lost about 8% during the week. The week ended in Turkey. In the USA, Nasdaq is now low about 1.14, S&P down 0.90, almost 1%, and they've been down for days as well. Well, uh, the war was just a trigger. The real problem is, I mentioned years ago, if U.S. keeps making loans like this from their bonds, they will run out of, very good ammunition. And they did. They went ahead with 2%, 4%, now 5%. They are about to uh, run in the budget into huge deficits. I mean, about a trillion dollars every 45 days from last week on. It was 33 billion, and this week it increased another 635 million. So, and yesterday, just in 10 minutes, President Biden asked for another 200 billion for Israel and for this and that, for Ukraine. So they don't have to collect the taxes. They're just selling bonds, and people are not buying the bonds because they say, how can this guy pay this loan? He'll print, but okay, it's not going to be valuable anymore. It's like going to be $1,600 gold, so it won't buy gold. Gold will be 2,300 by the time. So if they keep printing, it's going to come down to 1,400. So gold will be 3,000. So people don't like to get this, but a regular person can invest in gold, silver quickly in small stocks, move around stocks. But uh, when you think of a big corporation, like, let's say, which are buying stocks, selling stocks, like BlackRock and big banks, and they cannot all just go to safety in gold. On the opposite, they need something safer, which used to be safe, US dollar. It's no longer. So Chinese money don't do that. European euro bonds are not doing that. There is no safe haven left in the printed money area. There is no safe haven left. So they are terribly looking for and praying that these bond things doesn't happen, but they don't have an alternative. Okay, they need to be liquid. They cannot buy, like, with the money, commercial buildings, residential buildings. They are already doing as much as they can, but these are not liquid investments. So they have to convert it to profit. And stock exchanges and bonds were the best places to keep it for the big institutions. So they cannot go to gold, 100%. If they do, gold will be about $50,000. I can tell you, guaranteed. If they all run to gold or physical silver, everything. So what's holding this weekend? It's whether this attack will be made, land attack will be made to Gaza Strip on the weekend, which is tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow is a holy day for the Jewish people. So, but they may do it, say Arabs don't expect it. So we do it on Saturday, possible. And Sunday, there is no problem. It's Christians, they share the days. Muslims Friday, Jews on Saturday, and Christians on Sunday, just so that they are not, on the same day. Anyway, so people who are traders, not physical buyers, they have to see what position others are doing for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, or maybe getting some, gold is going down, let's buy from there and we'll just keep it at the weekend. So we have to wait till 11, 12 o'clock tonight, US time. That's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. Okay, so then prices will settle in the precious metals. So I hope this video was helpful to all. As I said, I'm buying continuously gold. Will I ever buy stocks? I will, but based on my predictions, which I do change time to time, my investment strategy, but not at the very small decreases like 3%, 5%. I must make at least 30, 40% when I'm changing a strategy from one group of equity to another. So I will either wait like a condor and waiting for his prey to die. Okay, so that's why in Turkey we call my investors since last 3 years following my channel. We are leşber. Leşber means condor waiting for the death of its prey. Okay, so condor and praying. That's why you will see the condor in most of my covers for videos. And leşbers are looking for opportunities. They are opportunistic, but small opportunities are what we call chicken feed. Chicken feed, and chicken feed we are not interested in. We want a total harvest, okay, big harvest. So that's how I collected gold. Nowadays, is this the end of big harvest? We haven't started yet. I tell you, I'm waiting at least another 15, 20%. I wasn't expecting, of course, Middle East move, but I was expecting the U.S. Bonds to fail. For years. I told them, if you increase interest rates, Fed will, it will match the U.S. military budget. If they increased another point, it will match all American social security payments, which is the biggest line item in the budget of the United States. So now we are at that point, and the animosity and economic animosity with China, like U.S. is not giving their NVIDIA artificial intelligence chips to China. Today, China announced that they are not going to sell graphite, which is very important for producing electric cars, batteries. They are not exporting to U.S. anymore. So it's a tit for tat, economic war going on. I'm not reading what I'm telling you from here. I'm just talking haphazard. So it's normal that I can forget some words sometime because I haven't been practicing for a long time. But so also when you're watching this video live, afterwards, if you're watching it afterwards, you can increase the YouTube speed to 150. Okay, then it may sound like somebody reading from the paper. So let's read from the paper what Kobeissi letter says. Stocks are falling like a recession is coming. By the way, I expect a recession in the first or second quarter of 2024. Two, home prices rising like there is no recession. Yes, because there are very few homes for sale in the market. People are not selling their houses or putting it up for sale because if they sell it, they cannot replace it with above 8% interest rates. Three, bonds falling like Fed is raising rates. So, and Fed came to the end, although now they still declare they may raise the rates for inflation, fighting inflation. Markets don't care or don't give a damn, okay, what they are doing anymore. It's finished. So, four, gold rising like Fed is cutting rates. True, because normally everybody declared because when Fed increases the rates, gold will lose value. That's exactly Condor prey style investing. That's why I collected gold so far at the most fast speed, physical gold only. And now, of course, I knew that this day was going to come. Not the Israel war. The bond yields will start. How do I say? Making the U.S. budget in like a dilapidated house. Oil prices rising like a major war is coming. Well, we can say there is not a major war. I mean, there are many wars around the world, and China and Taiwan is the only one left behind. The Middle East exists. In Russia and Ukraine, although it sounds like only Ukraine and Russia are fighting, it's the all West fighting against Russia. And six, tech stocks rising like there is no problem at all. Now, I think the first one to fail is number six, stocks will fail very shortly, very strongly. I hope it doesn't happen on the anniversary of a famous stock exchange crash that happened in when I was in States at that time. Two, yeah, 2000. I was there between 2000. Uh, no, I was there between 1985 and 88. So it happened in 1986. Okay, big stock exchange crash in the U.S. So it happened on October again on the same Monday. So October is famous for crashes. The 1929 crash also happened in October. So I hope this year this crash does not happen for people which have big position in stocks. But again, for a condor looking for a prey, that will bring very good opportunities if they fall like 30-40%. So it's like somebody's garbage is other person's treasure. Okay, so that's the word for uh, buying, old stuff, thrift shops, and and at the scrap yards. So that's why you say somebody's trash is others' treasure. So somebody's loss, if used at right time without hesitating, is a condor waiting for the death of a prey. Is exactly nice opportunity. I'm not just checking stocks for. I see incredibly nice house buying opportunities right now in Turkey, because house buying and Turkish government stopped giving second loans, mortgage loans, to already homeowners, or decreased it to like 10%, plus the interest rates went up. So I expect the house prices are, who are in rush to sell their houses, are coming down. So and mostly it's the producers. They ran out of money. They cannot continue their ongoing, almost finished projects. So I have an eye on a couple of different projects where I will get, and well, it's so dumb to buy a house right now. They said the same for gold, and now everybody says it's over $2,000. I collected, just in November at 1,650, and it's $350 above November only, So uh, that's what Condor does, checks what's the opportunity. Okay, opportunistic investor. Okay, I hope to see you all. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see if whatever comes out. And during the weekend, I can also buy gold and silver because the internet facilities continue to work. So if I see an opportunity, I may open or start a video for you as well. Have a good night and nice weekend.